Hey everybody, today we're going to be talking about the Fujitsu Arrows Z, the new one, the one that ends in like 13. Okay, see ya, bye. Okay, so this one isn't exactly an unboxing, but a friend of mine got the phone, and so I'm going to show you some pictures of it and talk a little bit about what the tech specs are and my opinion on whether or not to buy this phone. So we're looking at an Android-based, Android 4.0, Bluetooth 4.0 based phone by Fujitsu. The actual serial number for the phone, or the model number for the phone, is ISW13F. So it's a Fujitsu made phone. Comes with the Android 4.0 ice cream sandwich. It runs a Tegra 3 processor. Yes, I'm cheating off of this screen, so I should have it here. But anyway, it has a Tegra 3 processor, which gives you basically quad-core 1.5 gigahertz speed, which is very good. It's very responsive. There's 1 gigabyte of ROM. Internal memory can be expanded with SHDC portable card up to 32 gigabytes. So pretty decent as far as storage goes. It has this model had WiMax on it, and a lot of other kind of Japanese centric features. I mean, they're features that are kind of important to Japan, but maybe not so useful elsewhere. It's a little heavier than the Galaxy S3, and the battery is going to be the main issue. It's a 1800 milliamp hour battery. The Galaxy S3 that I had talked about before is 2100 milliamp hour, and so the battery life for the Fujitsu, the Arrows, is not as good. You can go through and tweak it, and you can get a pretty decent battery life on it, but you're going to be carrying the charger around with you pretty much no matter what. So that was kind of a bummer, but there are some really interesting things for the phone. When you get the phone in the box, you get basically the cradle for it, you get the charger for it, you get the phone itself, and a protective film for the screen. The screen is very nice, 4.6 TFT. So the screen, it's a nice looking screen. It's not as pop as the Galaxy S3's AMOLED, but it's still very nice, and the resolution on it is pretty good. The resolution is, well, that's a little disturbing. So the resolution for the screen is not actually on the site, and I can't remember it off the top of my head. So this model comes with WiMax. You can get the WiMax, or I think there's an LTE version, but my friend got the WiMax version, so we'll stick with that. WiMax gives you 40 megabits per second down and moderate up. Usually get around 10 up. So as far as internet access goes, pretty decent. The only problem is with WiMax, you have to be a little bit careful about where you are to be able to use it. Let's talk about some of the other features of the phone. The phone is waterproof to a degree, but you have to have these caps covered on the phone in order for it to be waterproof. So on the top of the phone here, there are two little flaps that come open. One is where the charger goes. If you want to plug it directly into the phone, you can also put the phone into a cradle, and it'll attach from the back. The other is the headphone jack that includes the microphone, which this one did not come with. Now, I don't know if my friend didn't get that option or couldn't find the headphones or what, but did not come with this phone. So be prepared to kick out a couple extra bucks for a nice headphone set if you're going to use it. If you're going to use that. Now, I don't know if you need it. If you're going to use it for listening to music and stuff like that, probably not a bad idea. It depends on how you use your phone. The other special features on the phone are a fingerprint scanner on the back, so you can open the phone using that. It's a little slow, but it's not bad. Right now, I haven't tried it with actually locking it to a single person, and I'm not entirely sure it will do that. It doesn't make having looked at it, and well, here's a picture. Having looked at it and and used it. I'm not sure how that would work, but perhaps it does. It's a little magic, right? It is O-Saifu Keitai, so that means it has the Japanese near-field communication for electronic wallets, and is adaptable or compatible with most of the systems that you find in Japan. And so you can use it to pay for your train fares or bus fares, depending on who's got the thing. There's a lot of convenience stores now where you can actually use it to pay for convenience. This one also has the Seki-gaisen, which is the infrared data transfer. So a lot of the smartphones these days don't have this feature, and for my friend this was a key element for why this phone was chosen. So if you need to be compatible with older phones in Japan and exchange data using the infrared, this is a good way to do it. This phone has that functionality, and it's not something that you find in a lot of other phones. The Galaxy S3 does not have it, and neither does the iPhone. The iPhone probably will never have it because it's very Japanese-centric, Japan-centric. It might be used in other Asian countries, but yeah, and even here it's starting to go away. So it's a very stylish phone. It's a little bit heavier than the Galaxy S3. The camera on it is something that you probably are curious about. It has a 13.1 megapixel camera on the back side. The inside camera is about a 1.3 megapixel camera, so again, not as good. But the outside camera, the camera on the back, will shoot HD movies in 1920 by 1080, so you can get full HD on that. And it will store, I believe, with the largest card, with a 32 gigabyte card, will store about 2 hours of video. Now, whether your battery will last through taking 2 hours of video is a different question. But yeah, so there's that. It's a nice phone. It's got a good feel to it, good heft. It's not too heavy. It's not too light. It doesn't have the slippery feeling that the Galaxy S3 has. But it is, and it's about the same price though. It's within $100 price. It comes in red and black. And it's a pretty nice phone. If you need those, oh, it also has 1 seg television. So if you need those extra features, you don't have a television, you want to use that for your television, then this is a decent phone to get. The problem is going to be battery life, and most of the functions, except for the infrared, are on the Galaxy S3, so you might want to go ahead and do the Galaxy S3. It opens up LTE and stuff like that. However, month to month, the Aero Z is going to be a little bit cheaper because it uses WiMax technology, which, quite frankly, between WiMax and LTE, at this point, I can't really tell the difference. The pages open about the same speed. It's pretty much on par. LTE will be faster in the long run and will have a better coverage area, but right now WiMax coverage area is about as good as you get, so keep that in mind. I think that's gonna about wrap that up. It's a nice phone. The waterproof is nice. Having television on it is okay, but you're going to be dealing with the digital signal, so sometimes you'll be able to get a signal and sometimes you won't. If you need the infrared, this is a good phone to get. The nice thing is it does have Wi-Fi tethering, so you can connect 8 different devices to it, so if you need to use your computer through it, no problem. AU has some nice music listening things similar to Spotify back home in the States and in Europe, but not quite as full a catalog. So, but pretty much everything you're going to be looking for is here. Would I recommend the phone? The battery life is a killer. So at this point, I would only recommend this phone if you absolutely have to have the infrared data transfer. Other than that, go ahead and get the Galaxy S3. Go in, play with them both. They're both running the same operating system, the Android 4.0, and AU probably is going to run you a little bit cheaper. But is it a phone? Is it a good phone? It's not a bad phone. That's it. So there's your choices. Thanks.